Hi, I'm Alicia. Welcome to GenTales, where genealogy meets history.
Hi, so first of all, I want to wish you all a very happy new year. Welcome to 2026. Hopefully this video will be around for quite some time and it'll be a different year and you'll be able to look back and see what I've been able to talk about. I didn't do a post this year to finish up 2025 like I have in the past. We're going into the almost 5th year of GenTales and we've gotten a lot of new subscribers. Thank you guys very much. I hope I'm offering you a little something with your genealogy or family history work or just something interesting to read. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about any of the lineages I post or any of the people or where I got my information from, my references. I will happily provide any of that. I know a few cousins have reached out and said, hey, I'm related to this person. And so that's given me some direction for this coming year. I'll try to make sure I hit on those people that you want to know information on and who their kids were and parents. And I am doing regular genealogy work. I know it doesn't seem that way sometimes because I keep saying I'm working on that Lincoln book. I am. I absolutely am. And I've gotten a little sidetracked making sure I track down obituaries because I'm in the generations of my grandmother's cousins. And so a lot of them have 20th century obituaries in the newspapers and even online. Some of these people are still alive. And so I'm having to be careful how I note living individuals while still giving full lists of children. And so I'm trying to decide exactly where I'm going to cut off, exactly how I'm going to do this so I can remain respectful to personal and private information. However, if you are a relative, when this book does eventually come out, and it will be this year, I have absolutely said it'll be 2026. And, you can provide me information on additional children, grandchildren, people who are still alive. I'm not going to be publishing it and putting it out there, but it'll be for the family history records for like 50 years from now. Whoever I find to take over for the family history. I'm looking into some way to archive, and I have a lot of things I'm looking at. But in addition to welcoming the new year, I wanted to use this video this month to talk about a few things that have been kind of floating as ideas. And they are one that I addressed in the what I'm reading on Substack video from a couple months ago, and it's that I was going to try a couple of recipes from Linda Hines. Her mother had left behind recipes that she was collating for her daughter, and Linda's been sharing them with us. And as I told Linda on notes, I had a little mishap with the cherry pie cake, but it still turned out amazing. And I tried the applesauce loaf finally. So I want to tell you guys about these because you really need to go over to Linda's Substack and check out the recipes that are of interest to you because her mom was amazing. And I'm so glad Linda's sharing these recipes with us. First of all, the cherry pie cake, I made the mistake of not following Linda's directions fully. And that's I used a metal pie tin instead of my glass one that I could not find. I was like, it won't matter. I also didn't have access to fresh cherries and couldn't find frozen ones. So I was like, I'll use the canned pie filling, which Linda had warned me not to do. But I was like, it's cherry pie filling. Like, how bad can it be? It doesn't work. I just eat it out of the pan, right? It's a win-win. Doesn't matter. So I didn't disregard what she told us, but I couldn't follow it to the letter. But I tried anyway, and the suction created by the thickness of the pie filling and the metal meant it was upside down and nothing was falling out for the inversion. So we just ate it out of the pie tin and it was very good. And I can't use cow milk. So it's plant butter and almond milk and it turned out perfect. I am anxiously awaiting the spring when we get fresh cherries in so that I can try this and do it the right way. But even the not right way, it was so good. So yeah, definitely listen to Linda when she tells you how to do her recipes. Now the applesauce loaf, I'm personally calling it apple spice cake. And I did follow her directions for this one. And except I didn't use raisins, I used dates. Simply because my mom had sent us a big fruit nut mix for Christmas and it was full of raisins. And so when I went to make the applesauce loaf, I was like, yeah, I don't want to add raisins, but I had dates. So, and that turned out really, really good too. But the spice flavor in this cake is amazing. Just follow Linda's direction. Her mom, I can't believe she grew up with her mom making this for her. I'm so jealous. Yes, this is so good. So you guys, I'm posting a link to her Substack in the notes below, and you should click on over there. Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, the link below is to the where this video is on Substack. This way you have access to the list of links and everything else that I provide instead of it all being here in the description. And this video is free to watch on Substack, so just click the link, no worries. Anyway, so yeah, because GenTales is spreading and we're getting making sure that our family lineage is more visible, and that's a big plan for 2026. So yes, so head on over to Linda Hines' Substack to read her mom's recipes, because I'm going to start going through and see if there's even more I want to try. I just bookmarked those two because they stood out to me as, oh, I can do these. The what you needed to do and whatever. And I also don't have the old style sifter, so I have to do the straining thing with this. So yeah, if you don't have a hand sifter, doing the thing, but if you squeeze the hand, well, yeah. Anyway, you can a small mesh strainer. You want to make sure the bowl fits the whole thing, otherwise it comes out the sides. So you make sure it's encapsulated when you shake it, like up and down, shaking. You'll figure it out. You have to trial and error. You have to physically try to do it, and you'll figure out that that's how it works. But other than that, yeah. So those were good. So big things for 2026. I will continue my weekly posting. I will continue videos. We're spreading videos a little bit more to YouTube, so you'll see the format changed just a little bit to accommodate that on occasion. I think you may have noticed that already. Some of the videos that are directed more towards that audience aren't quite me on camera as much. And the Lincoln book will get done this year. Absolutely. I'm near the end of the fact checking going through, and if you hear background, I'll cut. So there's big things coming for 2026. We're expanding out just a little bit with the video, but those that are aimed more for YouTube are going to be a slightly different format. Like this isn't a usual format for YouTube, so those of you watching there are probably like, oh, this is a little different. And then some of the ones that have been recent on Substack, you're like, oh, this is a little different, and that's because they were in for YouTube. So it's a little slightly different, but I'm going to try to make sure they get cross-posted, so you don't have to follow me in both places if you don't want to. I know people have their particular sites that they prefer, and I'm okay with that. And I am going to get the Lincoln book done this year. It's going to happen. I am almost done with the sort of fact-checking, copy editing stage. Well, not quite copy editing. I got caught up in the fact-checking of adding information. So I'm going to have to go through and do a second edit. That's the copy editing, and then I'll do a final proofread. So it's adding an edit, and it's pretty long. And like I said, I'm trying to find where to cut. I think some of the information I have probably won't make it in for like the more recent generations, just because of private information. But I will keep you posted about how that's going and when that's coming out. And I just want to wish you all a happy, healthy, and safe new year, and may everything be okay.